I am the director of sales operations. So
that means that you are pretty responsible, right?
That's right. Yeah, very responsible guy, indeed.
So you're based. You have. I mean, Chili Publish have an operation out of Chicago, right?
Yes, indeed. In fact, we've been growing there over the past 2 years. We opened up in about October of 2017. We're building out our sales operation as well as our customer success team.
That's great. We just got a fantastic demo from Sean, your colleague.
Yep.
And you know, every time I see demos of Chili Publish, for me it's just like you have so much power under the helmet that it's just fantastic.
Absolutely.
How is it selling it? Is it difficult?
Well, we have challenges like anybody else, I would say, but I mean the reality is the value behind Chili is the fact that we can positively affect your business in 3 categories. We can help you develop revenue streams, we can make you more efficient, and we can speed it up. So in that case, once we have the opportunity to show that value, you know, it's a very powerful argument, and you know, our business growth is reflecting that.
And another thing that I also find interesting, because the 3 sources you talk about, or 3 pain stations where you can support, is obviously interesting. But I think that also something that is really interesting from as a perspective of a software developer is that you have many different partner channels, basically, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a great ecosystem of partnerships. You know, so you know that same 3 aspect that I was just referring to how it affects your business. Technology-wise, that is affected by our API. And then our ecosystem of partners works around that API to basically produce the solution that you're really orienting your business towards. So in terms of a business vision, our ecosystem partnership can help you build out a user experience, for example, through the client side, right? So we've got great partners that help you build out the UI, talk through how your e-commerce platform or your web-to-print solution is working, how to help interact, keep clients there. It's going to help you with retention. Then we also have on the back end, with our back end partners too. We integrate with all the great workflow systems that are out there today. So when you're doing high-end VDP work, if you're a mailer and you've got a lot of stuff to push out the back door, you know, we've got the capability set through our ecosystem to basically help you accomplish that same kind of goal. And then if you're working through, really, really advanced system integrations that feeding things in and out, you know, again, our ecosystem is there to really walk you through that. How to work with data architectures, make sense of data, and then relate that to our whole notion of a smart template, which is basically a way of helping you understand what to do with all of that data, and that's going to positively affect your entire supply chain.
So I get that. I'm just a little bit curious, because my concern is always, because everything you said makes so much sense to me, and watching the demos and understanding that ecosystem also makes a lot of sense to me. But again, I think that when you have such a complex product in a positive meant way, it must still be a little bit difficult to pitch a customer with that, because they need to understand the power that you're actually supplying. So, I mean, how would you do that? Do you have an example on how you could do that?
Well, we start with the use case, right? So we drill into, examples of successes that we've been able to reproduce, and then we do what everyone else does. We drill into the right questions. We ask the questions about what they're doing, what they're trying to accomplish. We take an educational approach to that, consult through that entire process. Every business has its own little nuance, and the technology, because it's sophisticated, flexible, it's also complicated. But at the same time, we've got a really great approach. We've got excellent resources, some of the smartest people in the industry.
Yeah, I know that. I know. I mean, whenever you meet people from Chile, yeah, they have a skill set that, to me, I mean, exceeds most people you meet. Now, it's unfair to everybody else, but it seems that you have been able to gather some of the smartest mindsets about developing things, because I guess that I hope that your code is as solid as what it appears to be, because people becomes depending on high volume and mass customization and all the buzzwords. You actually deliver on them, right?
Yeah, we do. And again, that comes to the great team that we have internally, and also our partners. Yeah. So we have best in breed partners. We have a whole group of guys that are just, whether it's custom integration work, or it's working off of something that's been built and then they've sort of reused it. That process, I think, is really powerful for our business and for our customers.
As you said, you are responsible you're a responsible person, but you're also also responsible for the sales. So how do you see the market potential for Chile in North America?
So an enormous amount of potential. We've got so much on the horizon that it's hard to really kind of give you a straight number on that. But as we've been building out our team here, we've noticed that just about any sub-market within the printing industry we can affect. So whether that's packaging, whether that's labeling, whether that's commercial printing, all of that is something that we're just now starting to really, widen and go deeper into. So we see definitely in the printing industry a huge potential, and we're really excited about what we're able to do for the printing industry as well.
And from a competitive perspective, because I mean, if you don't understand the very core of your technology and all the capabilities that you offer, some may compare you to something else in the market.
Yep.
So how is that? I mean, from a communication and a products perspective, how do you get that message across?
Yeah, so that's a great question. We're an API first. I think we're probably the only ones that are. So that's a really, really unique position for us in addition to everyone else that's out there. So what that allows you to do is, again, back to that 3-pillar sort of notion. Because you have the API first aspect, you can build us into anything. And so really it's a great sales and creative process because you really get to explore that whole thing with the customer.
So, but that leaves me with the second kind of maybe question on this one, is that when you really want to, if you use the API as a trigger for a sales conversation, right? Then you need to talk to people that understand what an API is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, yeah. I usually translate API into Swiss Army knife.
Swiss Army knife is good.
Yeah. So the Swiss Army knife allows you to pretty much pull it apart. And or it's along the lines of connections as well. So I mean, maybe Swiss Army knife's not the best one, but it's the essential is that there's all these tools that you can access easily, and the API allows you to do that. So just starting from the Swiss Army knife, the tool set that again we can walk in and walk you through how we can affect the precise aspects of your business, gather more revenue, reduce costs, make you more efficient.
And looking at the customers you already have in especially here in North America, since we're here. Are they successful with Switch? Are they successful with Chili Publish? Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
that's the curse of being live. You can't undo things, right?
Yeah, no, we've had a lot of customers, especially as they start to build in self-service models into their business model. We've had a lot of customers come back to us and demonstrate and share with us the growth that they've been able to see because of that. So it's great. It's not just cutting costs. It's revenue generating too, and we're really excited and happy about those achievements.
It sounds like you are doing good business here. It seems that you are a very good, responsible person, and it seems that you are doing to work in a place where you have like a huge unexplored potential is just a matter of picking it up, right?
Well, no, I mean, there's a lot of research and being deliberate in what we do. I mean, that's a big part of being able to, again, the complexity of what we do. We have to be focused and we have to be deliberate, and we make sure that we really do our background research before we just run around and explore the whole North American play. But yeah, it does give you a lot of freedom to be able to explore.
I'm sorry, I have to cut off now. So
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
It was fun.
It was great.